Hi, I'm Ronnie from Lancing Driver Training. We've been teaching people how to drive HGV vehicles for over 20 years now. I get asked all the time, how do I go about getting my HGV license? So I thought I'd do a very short video, keep it quite quick so it's not too dull, about the process you need to go through if you want to get your HGV license and pass your test. So, you decide you want to do it, first thing you need to do, you need to get your D2 and your D4 forms. You can get these from your local post offices, the larger ones do them, or you can order them online. Your D2 and your D4, your D2 is the first thing you need to do. This is your license application or your change for category in your license application. What we recommend people do on your D2 form, you need to fill it in detail, make sure you get someone to check it. We also recommend people when they're filling it in, you'll have an opportunity and an option to complete the category of vehicle that you will be wanting to learn how to drive in and you want to pass your test in. We always recommend for people, tick all the options, even if you're doing your class 2 or you're doing a 7.5 tonne license, your C1 or your C as it's called. Always tick all of them. In the future, who knows, you might want to go back, you might want to do a class 1, you might want to do all sorts of different things. So always worth ticking them in there, doesn't cost any more money, it's a good option to do. Check it thoroughly before it goes. LDT, we can check this through for you as part of the package. We always help and support our students in making sure that form's correct. If you do send it off and it's wrong, it comes back, it's a real pain in the bum, slows everything down. Your D4 form is your HGV medical form. For applying for your HGV license, you need to do an HGV medical. Lots of organisations can do these. You can do it with your GP. There's lots of specialist companies that do it. Again, with LDT, part of our package. We partner with companies who do it and we can arrange it all for you. It will need to be completed at the same time as your D2. Both get sent off together. You send it to the DVSA. Usually between 10 to 14 days, you'll get it back with your nice shiny new provisional license and you'll be ready to get yourself some lessons and get yourself into your tests. So, where are we going from here? First thing we always recommend people to do. So to do your on-road testing or do your on-road exam, you need to have passed your theory. So first thing we recommend people to do, get your driver CPC, 1A, theory, multiple choice, and driver CPC 1B, theory, hazard perception booked in. 2 parts to it, you normally do them both at the same time. Again, if you do it with us, we book it all for you, we give you online learning, give you online support, often got some phone calls about questions because some of them are afraid slightly unusually. So again, if you do it with us, full support, online learning. Again, there's lots of companies that do that sort of thing. You can go out and look online and get your online learning sorted. Once you've done your theory, you've done your 1A, your 1B, you've got that passed, you're now in a position where you can actually take your on-road tests. So we recommend this because actually when you do your HGV, when you're doing HGV learning, it's quite good if you can do all your on-road stuff, to all of your practice and your instruction, everything else in those vehicles, and at the end of that, you can do your tests. So the first part you can ask yourself is, or we'll ask you, how much learning do you need? It's going to depend on a couple of things, on the vehicle that you're coming from and going to, and how much on-road experience you've already got. So it's going to depend on every single person, and we try and sort of be as bespoke as we can, and most companies do as well, in regards to making sure you get the right amount of learning. If you've been driving a Mini or a smart car for the last 10 years, an automatic or whatever it is, and you're looking to get up to a class 1, you're probably going to need a bit more instruction than if you're currently driving a class 2 vehicle, Cat C vehicle, and you're going up to a class 1 as well. So we not often recommend, kind of as ballpark, if you're going from a car up to a class 1, we're looking around 30 to 32 hours of instruction is what we recommend. If you're going from a car into a 7.5 tonne vehicle, which is a C1 or a Cat C, is the larger one, what we often recommend is around 20 to 24 hours worth of learning. We can always assess that and we can change it on the person. If you think you need a bit more, if you need a bit less, then we can work with you on doing that. You've received all the learning you need. Hopefully you're feeling confident, ready to do your test. The next part of your process is you're going to be doing your on-road exercises, your on-road exams. These days they're taken in 2 parts. You have your part 3A, which is your reversing, and you've got your part 3B, which is your on-road driving. So I'll do some more videos in the future about some more about reversing and driving. They're done separately. Normally they're split a day apart. It can be a bit more if you choose to do so. But you have to pass your reversing on all categories of the HGV test. If you're doing an Arctic, you've got to do it in your Arctic. If you're doing a Class B monkey before you can do your on-road exam. As I say, I'll do some more videos surrounding those later on because they're a bit more detailed. If you're going to drive commercially, so if you've done all of these things because you want to drive for a living, you want to drive for hire and reward, you want to get some money from it, you will need to also do your driver CPC. For your driver CPC, your initial driver CPC, what you can do is we can do part 2, which is your case studies. That in the same way as it is for your theory tests, you do at your local DVSA test centre online. For your practical CPC, your module 4, you will do with a test centre, and we also have examine and test, so if you do with LDT, we do it, but there are other test centres again that offer that as an opportunity. So that's it, you've done it all. You've gone through the process, you've done your D2 form, your D4 form, you've got your provisional licence, you've booked your theory, you've got your multiple choice, your hazard perception, you've passed them, you've had all the learning you need, you've been taught how to be an HGV driver, you've gone and done your reversing, you've gone and done your driving, you've decided you can do it commercially, and you've done your module 2 and you've done your module 4, and now you can go and get your job or do what you want to do. So yeah, I'll see you in some other videos and we can talk about it more. Catch you later.